and I always interpreted it as an abstract representation of some modern building with antennas and balconies. I discovered that it's probably based on Aztec codices. Hello everybody, I'm Mike Gerzso. This time I'd like to talk about a print called Casa Tataniuh, which is an interesting print. It's a silkscreen. In English it means the House of Tataniuh. So first of all, I'd like to thank my subscribers, which I am surprised I have as many as I do. My ambition in life is not to be a YouTuber. The other thing is that I don't have sponsors like other YouTubers, but I do would like to mention that I have one piece, that's the last piece of Casa Tataniuh. It's available. It's on the website www.jmgerzso.art. The price is, I think, fairly competitive for the type of piece that it is. It's an artist proof, which apparently has a higher value in the market. It's signed by and dated and numbered by the artist, which is extremely important. And it's an original. I got it out of his studio, so there's no question that it's original. The other thing is, I'd also discovered recently that it's in the collection of Museum of Modern Art in New York, and also in the Museum of Modern Art in Ireland, the Irish Museum of Modern Art. So the links are down at the bottom. It's part of their print collections. Okay, this is the print. It's a silk screen. You can see that it does have aspects which are clearly Gerzso's, but it is not, one could say, typical of the artwork that he did. The piece on the right side is an oil painting called Rojo Azul Verde, or in English it's red, blue, and green. And some people are kind of, I've had comments of people that get kind of thrown with this piece because it doesn't look exactly like the ones on or the same style exactly like the ones on the right. But it is, definitely, at the bottom you can see, like the oil painting, there is a lot of things that are similar, but on the top, that's where the difference is. All right, and so the first way you look at it is it's sort of like an abstract version of a modern building or something, which is the way I looked at it for a while. Okay, so I chopped off the top, and this is the data. This is my catalog number, the ARM78, whatever, and it's those numbers are family numbers for historical reasons. It's done in 1978. The piece that's available is Artist Proof PA, Prueba de Artista, which is, as I said, considered more rarer. All right, and there are 150 pieces, and there are 8 PAs. Okay, and it was printed in Mexico, and this is more or less the size. Now, I mentioned before that I put down here, this is not AI, because we're in a situation where people, not sure. There's so much stuff coming out. It's now called AI slop. It's now the catch term. There's so much stuff coming out that people are not sure if it's real or not. Right? So I'm real, and the painting is real. The print is real. All right, so as I mentioned, I was rummaging around in my book collection, and I got out a book about the codexes, the Aztec codexes. And as I say up here, is the Casa is frequently interpreted as a modern building with antennas, but Tataniuh seems to suggest that it's an Aztec name. But when you look it up, that such name, as far as I can tell, doesn't appear, but there is a name of an Aztec god called Tataniuh, okay? And in the codex, there's a Tataniuh making an offering here This is the Cosby Codex. Those who don't know what the codex are, these were, you could say, books that were done by the Aztecs, and most of them, as my understanding, were destroyed during the conquest, and some survived, and they're I don't know if there are any in Mexico, but there are several in Europe. Okay, and so if you look at the drawing, you know, you can see that Gerzso kind of picked up the face. Sometimes, you know, the face is kind of similar, and these things that look like sails or antennas are, you know, can allude to these ornaments or whatever you want to call it of this god. Okay, now you can. I'm not going to go into who Tataniuh is. You can look it up. All right, that's a whole different thing. To be honest, I don't know too much about him. Okay, and then there's another one. It's again these. This is Sacatzontli, that's correct, to the Borgia Codex, all right, and so there's, you know, you can see the plumes and whatever of the bird, or probably quetzal, all right, and then these things that he's holding, which are maybe or may not weapons. It's not. I'm not clear. I'm not an expert in this. Okay, so it is perfectly understandable that Gerzso did this because, after all, I mean, you know, he based his artwork on this, what you could call aesthetic. Now, he usually does in an architecture. If you go back here, this oil on the right is more inspired in pre-Hispanic architecture, and you could say the unusual thing about this work is that it's more inspired possibly the codex. I mean, he was aware of this. I mean, he knew about this. There's no, I'm sure he knew about this. Now, why he decided to do it this time, who knows? Okay, now these images are not AI either. Pardon my sarcasm. Okay, all right, so I do a rendering. This is the thing I'm doing now. I like to do them to illustrate you know, what they look like in relation to a person or a bookcase or furniture. All right, so this is a virtual set. Okay, there's all this stuff in the back that you can buy, you know, for $10. It's all pre-packaged. I bought the vase with the flowers separately, and this person, the person, as you could say, is a virtual mannequin. All right, so I give you an idea how big it is and how it fits into, you know, here's a different view. All right, and you know, you see, it's really stands out in the decor of a home. I mean, this could be a very nice study. All right, now the print that's available is not framed. All right, so, and again, not AI. This was not it. Okay, each piece, just to continue, each piece is explicitly modeled in the computer, like the clock and the candles and the coffee cup and the plant and the vase. And I made the frame, and I put the image of the print into the frame, and then I, you know, got this young man, and I, you know, and I put him there, and then I, you know, and then I did the lighting and the whole thing. You have to figure out how to do that. It's, you know, sort of like the movies. The next going to do is have an animation, maybe. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, thank you very much. I hope this is helpful. All right, and if you don't interested in acquiring this piece, fine. You know, this is, you know, part of the documentation of the stuff that he produced. Okay, thank you.